Interestingly, at WHO, India joins 61 nations to seek origin of SARS-CoV virus. Let's see whether it is just a rumor or rude reality that it has been synthesized in Wuhan lab. My heart says that it's reality. So children, let's move onwards in the chapter synthetic fibers and plastic. Already I have given you comparatively good idea about the polymers, monomers, polymerization, etc. So you will feel now that these terms are going to be very useful to understand the chapter, and they will be used frequently while giving you introduction of the different type of synthetic fibers, that is your rayon, nylon, polyester, acrylic, etc. So children, what I have planned today, that I will tell you about some of the manufactured fibers. These fibers are naturally, when I am saying manufactured, it is man-made only, but being man-made, you will find that one is, I aim to take two fibers today, that is your rayon, and another one is nylon. The first one will be your rayon. What is the speciality of rayon? That being manufactured, although its source is natural, so you can't tell that or you can't say that it is a completely synthetic fiber. Yes, it is semi-synthetic, means it is half synthetic. As I have told you, that the meaning of synthetic itself is artificial. Naturally it is artificial, but the source is natural, so it makes it a different type of fabric, and that fabric is your rayon. Why rayon is so widely usable fabric, I am telling you, because rayon has the basic raw material, cellulose. What we require to prepare rayon is nothing but a plant product, that is your cellulose. Cellulose is nothing but just wood. Yes, it looks like very different in listening, cellulose, but it is nothing but just wood. Wood actually is the polymerized form of glucose, and that polymerized form of glucose is known as cellulose. So how this cellulose will be processed, what is its interesting way of processing, that it will convert into a extremely comfortable fiber and extremely affordable as well, which is your rayon. Globally, what is the biggest temptation to use rayon is its appearance. Yes, its appearance is nothing but an imitation of silk. That is why it is called artificial silk. It is as shiny as silk, as soft as silk, and as comfortable as silk, and as attractive as silk. So naturally it's going to be very interesting type of fabric which gives us a look alike of silk, which is highly expensive, and it was first discovered in China. Yes, Chinese have got this credential, although I have literally started hating China after this pandemic. But what to do, this silk fiber actually has been developed in China. The silk cocoon, how it is processed into the silk fiber, is the discovery of Chinese people. So here literally I started explaining about the industrial process of the manufacture of rayon. It's a simple 3-4 step process, but you will try to understand it step by step, and I will also try to make it easier by explaining it in a more, you can say, convenient language and easy to grasp language. So what is the first step? As I have already told you that the basic raw material is a very common thing that is available in our surrounding, and that is wood, nothing else. Wood, which is a plant product, is the source of cellulose. Cellulose, which is the polymer of rayon, a ready-made polymer which is available in the plants in the form of wood. So what is done, that wood is taken, big trunks of wood is taken, and then it is cut into pieces, and these pieces of wood is finally grinded in grinding machine in a very fine and smooth texture, like you use talcum powder in your day, particularly in summer season. Nowadays we use talcum powder to stop sweating. So just like that talcum powder, I have given you example of talcum powder to give you an imagination of the resemblance of the powdered wood. It should exactly of the same texture as the talcum powder. So that smooth and that fine powder is prepared from the wood pieces in the grinding machine, and that is your wood powder and nothing else. In the second step, what is done, that the wood powder is mixed with a very strong base. As you have good idea that the strong bases are also called alkalis, because the strong bases are completely soluble in water. This is the chemistry of base. So a very very strong base, or you can say strongest base, that is your caustic soda or sodium hydroxide is taken, and the wood powder is mixed very well in the sodium hydroxide without diluted sodium hydroxide, means concentrated sodium hydroxide is taken and the wood is mixed in it. So naturally what will happen then? The wood will become a paste like structure, wood powder, and this we call now wood pulp. Wood pulp in common language, in layman language, but scientifically we call it viscose. This is sticky liquid. Sticky paste like semi-liquid substance is called, which is a mixture of caustic soda and wood powder, is called viscose. This sticky mixture, which is also called viscose, is taken in a special type of container, and the name of this container is spinneret. Again I am introducing a new term. Spinneret will be a recurrent word when I will explain you about the manufacturing of the synthetic fiber. Every time a new synthetic fiber I will tell you, I will tell the same spinneret which is used to develop the synthetic fiber. Spinneret is a common apparatus, industrial apparatus, which converts the raw material or polymer of any synthetic fiber into yarn or thread like structure. So this is what is the appearance of a spinneret? It is nothing but a container, but it has a very very fine holes all over its structure. So this wood pulp is taken in the spinneret, and this spinneret is kept over another container, and in that container a very very strong and concentrated acid, that is called your sulfuric acid. You all are very much accustomed with this word sulfuric acid. It's a very strong and corrosive acid. So this sulfuric acid in a highly concentrated form is taken in the another container. Over this container this spinneret is kept, and then what is done, that this wood pulp or viscose which is kept inside the spinneret is allowed to pass through the holes of the spinneret. How? By applying pressure through a piston which is kept over the spinneret. So when the spinneret will your piston will apply pressure over the wood pulp kept inside the spinneret, naturally with the application of pressure the wood pulp will start passing through your fine holes of spinneret, and where it will fall, then it will go inside the another container which is filled with sulfuric acid, and it will fall down inside the sulfuric acid in the form of very very fine strands means a very fine thread like structure, and it will get collected over there. Now let's try to understand what is the action of sulfuric acid over this viscose yarns. Sulfuric acid does what? That it washes away the very fine viscose fibers, and these viscose fibers in this duration of time and in which it is kept inside the sulfuric acid container becomes very shiny. It starts appearing, it loses its dull appearance and it starts looking very shiny and attractive. Secondly, sulfuric acid treats the viscose fiber in such a way that it becomes stretchable, it becomes durable, and it becomes tensile. So the half of the battle is won only just by washing the viscose fiber in the sulfuric acid, and then what is done, it is kept in around 6 to 7 hours in this sulfuric acid container. After that these fibers are taken out, they are dried and they are rolled down into the rings, and that's how the rayon fiber becomes ready, and these fibers are then woven, and in this weaving process it converts into your fabric, and with this fabric is nothing but look-alike of silk. That's why we call it artificial silk. So this was the complete industrial process that I tried to explain you in the 4 different steps, which converts the wood into wood powder to wood pulp, which is viscose also, to rayon. But was one more very interesting thing that I have not told you, because it is not the part of your syllabus, but it is a very, you can say, contemporary thing, so I think that I should not miss to tell you about it. Viscose itself also is a fiber, and it is a fiber of this generation. People like me will never go for rayon, but I always buy and buy frequently viscose, because viscose, you will say that why I buy viscose more and not rayon, because the rayon has shiny appearance. People who don't like very blingy clothes or very shiny clothes, and they like to wear subtle colors and dull colors, which is my choice also, will go only for the viscose. So in the preparation of viscose, the last step is excluded, means not done. Just wood pulp, which is your viscose, is converted into yarn by passing it through the spinneret, and it is dried. Naturally, viscose fiber are not as light as rayon and not as shiny as rayon, but it gives a perfect look alike of cotton. But cotton wrinkles, cotton is not very easy to maintain, but viscose is a wrinkle free, viscose is lighter than cotton, and it is easy to wash, it is easy to dry. So it is convenient to use and gives you a texture and comforts of cotton. So it is my fiber, I will say. Now boys, I try to sum up fast this topic rayon by telling you its characteristic and uses. Characteristic of rayon is just similar as well as contrary to silk. Similar in appearance and contrary in the disqualities of the silk. Contrary means opposite. So naturally, what are the disqualities of silk which makes the silk not very easy to use kind of fiber is found here. It makes it more human friendly. Why? Because the rayon is not as costly as silk. It is little inexpensive than silk. Because of why a fiber becomes inexpensive or more affordable. A fiber will become more affordable if its manufacturing cost is low. And for the silk, the processing of silk from the cocoon to thread to yarn, you already have studied in the previous class that it is a very long and lengthy process which requires lots of manpower and all. Here it is not required. Your raw material is easily available in the form of wood, and then how the wood is getting converted in 3-4 steps in the industries, and in a very short period of time, within few hours, the rayon fiber gets converted, the wood gets converted, or cellulose gets converted into rayon fiber or rayon fabric. So this makes the cost low as well. It is highly durable, whereas the silk fiber is a tender fiber which gets easily attacked by moth and insects, and that's why it gets damaged, and its durability is not as high, whereas rayon is very durable because it is a man-made fiber which does not get attacked by your insects and moths. Then it can be dyed in various colors, so naturally it makes it more vibrant, and we have more options of the different type of prints and colors which are available in the rayon fiber to make the different types of attractive clothes. Why it happens? Why not it is found in the silk? Because silk is a natural fiber, and natural fibers get dyed in the best way by the natural colors. Natural colors or natural dyes, which are the extract of plant and rocks, etc., do not have much option or wide range of the colors. Whereas in the synthetic dyes or synthetic colors, we have a long range. There are multiple shades which are available in the synthetic dyes, and they all can be used to dye rayon. So rayon has a wider choice of colors. Then it is very easy to wash and dry because it is a very light material, does not take much time in drying, and in washing also it takes less water than the natural fibers. And then it is wrinkle resistant, means it does not get crumpled easily. So we don't need much ironing, etc. to wear it. Then we shift our attention towards the uses of rayon. Rayon is everywhere used in making sarees. So for the saree industry, naturally the rayon is the fiber which is very high in demand, because the rayon fiber is easy to drape, easy to wear, it is very attractive, etc. So different kinds of women apparels like gowns, like sarees, dresses, etc. are prepared just by using the rayon fabric. Apart from that, socks, curtains, carpets also are prepared from the rayon fiber. It is also used everywhere in making surgical bandages. Yes, when we get operated and the wounds are closed, or just to stop the bleeding and infection, it is wrapped with the help of a bandage, and that bandage is a stretchable but yet natural material. So this is rayon. Then in making tire cords also rayon is used. This was the use of rayon. So boy, the second fiber in my today's list is nothing but the nylon. Yes, nylon actually is the first fully synthetic fiber. It is known worldwide as a discovery of first fully synthetic fiber. What was the need to discover the first fully synthetic fiber? That's also an interesting thing to know. But let us stress more upon the name, which is nylon. Ny and lon are nothing but the two prefixes of the famous cities of the world. Ny is the first prefix of New York, and London has the prefix lon, and this is your nylon. Because it was first manufactured in these two cities, New York and London, in the year 1931 from a coal product, coal tar. Because I have already given you a pretty good idea about what type of your liquid is your coal tar. It is a very sticky black liquid which is a mixture of more than 200 types of organic compounds which are found in coal tar. So one of the compound that is found in the coal tar is your amide. This is the monomer of nylon, and this amide, as I have told you, that is converted into the polymer by the process of polymerization into polyamide. And this polyamide is the basic raw material which is used in the preparation of nylon. What is the history of nylon? Let us understand about it. Nylon is you can say the success story of nylon is this, that during the World War II, the soldiers of the different countries, basically of America, were in need of such kind of material which gives them convenience to make tents, to carry their backpacks, to carry weapons and their other day-to-day life things. And just to fulfill their need, the scientists, the textile engineers of that era did lots of investigations and research work, and they finally reached a super success by manufacturing nylon. Nylon is nothing but was the need of the hour during the World War II. For the soldiers, it was basically prepared. Now here you can see that I have skipped one full topic, that is your manufacturing process of nylon, because it is exactly same as of rayon. I told you at that time that the spinneret is the device which will be every time used in the manufacture of all those synthetic fibers which we are using in our everyday life. So the spinneret, which is a device, keeps the polymer, and here the polymer is the polymerized polymer. There the cellulose was not the polymerized polymer, but it was a natural polymer. But here the polymerization has been done from the amide to polyamide, which is taken in the spinneret, and the same process is repeated, that it is passing through the spinneret by the application of the pressure through the piston, and then it will be washed in the container which has your sulfuric acid, and it will convert into a highly tensile, highly durable and very very stretchable fiber, that is your nylon. Yes, the stretchability of nylon is amazing. So let us understand about this characteristic, because already we have started talking about the features of the nylon which makes it totally different fiber. Nylon is highly tensile. The tensile strength is as good, or you can say even more, than steel. Steel, which is an alloy of iron, is known to be very tensile, very strong material. But the nylon has defeated even steel also in being tensile. The tensile strength means its strength of stretchability is even more than the nylon. And due to this property of stretchability, nylon becomes a fiber of choice for all those type of super work which needs a completely durable and that type of fiber which will never deceive, means which will never ditch, on which we can bank upon, on which we can trust. So it's a highly trustworthy fiber also, children. Where it proves its trustworthy quality, that in parachutes everywhere it is used. Why in parachutes it is used everywhere? Why in tents, making tents also it is used everywhere? Why in making backpacks and luggages it is used everywhere? And the more than that, it is used in climbing the mountains with the help of mountaineer ropes. Naturally, it is a kind of life-saving system for the mountaineers. So these are the qualities of the nylon which makes it a very honest kind of fiber for the people who need you can say backup for the life. These are the characteristics of the nylon, that it is highly tensile, it is extremely light in weight, it can be dyed in various attractive colors because it is the first fully synthetic fibers, and the synthetic dyes go very well along with it. It is available in multiple colors because of its wide range of the dyes that can be used to color it. It is very inexpensive also. So the people who can't afford to buy the clothes again and again because they are not as you can say provided with the comforts of the life, they prefer to buy nylon clothes because it serves their purpose because it is a low maintenance fiber. So they do not have to spend much in washing, drying, etc. On the nylon fibers. Then it is very durable and stretchable. It is completely wrinkle free. We do not need to press or iron such type of fibers, and it is very kind of fiber, you can say, that serves wider purpose in our day-to-day life. So was a good discussion over the characteristic of the nylon. Must have given you imagination that where it can be used in our everyday life. Its stretchability is its biggest trump card, you can say. So naturally, where we need a stretchable material, our first choice will be nylon. Stretchable as well as light material, our first choice will go along with nylon. Where it can be used in making all those type of clothes which needs less material in making bigger clothes because of its stretchability. Naturally, our undergarments and socks etc. Require nylon fiber in its preparation. Then in fishing net also, why we use nylon fiber? Because of its high tensile strength. It doesn't tear easily. Fishes can't cut it down with their sharp teeth. And then in making parachutes also, why it is used? Because it will prove as a life jacket. It will never tear and it will never give any danger to life, and it will carry the person very well who is trying to land through the parachute. Then in making mountaineer ropes also, it is very well used everywhere because the mountaineer ropes need a very stretchable and very strong material which can save their life while climbing the mountains. So mountaineer ropes everywhere, or ropes commonly also, are made up of nylon. Tents also, because the tents have to bear the weather condition like the storm, like the strong sunlight, which can be easily nylon is a kind of fiber which is tolerant from all such adverse weather condition. and in backpacks, because the nylon is a very stretchable and light fiber, so to carry the backpack of nylon we don't need, we will not feel that we are carrying heavy loads, and it is very stretchable, so in a small luggage much things can be accommodated. So these are the qualities of the nylon which has made it instant hit worldwide. So boys, today two fabrics I have taken in an integrated way. With rayon I started and I ended with the nylon, and in my coming video classes I'll take like in the immediate next video class I plan to take polyester and acrylic.